The Chicago Bears are officially back on the field for OTAs, and the atmosphere at Halas Hall is incredibly intense right now. Every single snap carries massive weight as the battle for roster spots begins in earnest. Before we dive into the high-stakes drama unfolding at practice, I want to hear from you. Where are you watching this update from today? Drop your name, your city, and your country in the comment section below so I can give you a shout-out. Something big is brewing, and a move that nobody expected is shaking the foundations of our team. The level of competition is rising fast, and frankly, the current situation feels absolutely critical for several players wearing the navy and orange. Ruben Hippolyte is officially under the microscope as OTAs commence this week, and the pressure on him has reached a fever pitch. When the Chicago Bears selected him in the 4th round of the 2025 NFL Draft, many experts viewed the pick as a major reach. After just one season, those harsh assessments unfortunately appear to be accurate. His rookie campaign was a struggle. He remained active for only 7 games and earned just a single start. When he actually saw the field, his contributions were limited to merely 31 defensive snaps. The statistics are equally concerning, as he posted a dismal 46.2 overall grade from Pro Football Focus, with a 51.8 mark in run defense and a 58.1 in pass rushing. These numbers simply do not cut it for a team with high expectations. We currently have 3 linebackers who are effectively locked into the roster: TJ Edwards, Devin Bush, and DeMarco Jackson. Given that the team typically carries about 5 players at this position, the competition for the remaining spots is fierce. We cannot label him a roster lock by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, 2026 draft pick Keyshawn Elliott is already looking like a strong candidate to steal a spot away from him. The road to redemption for Hippolyte is further complicated by the presence of hungry veterans like Jack Sanborn, Nefi Sewell, and John Radigan, who are all fighting for their professional lives. Even Noah Sewell remains under contract, although his recovery from a torn Achilles keeps his timeline uncertain. For Hippolyte, the reality is stark and unforgiving. He must bounce back in a significant way during these voluntary team activities or risk being left behind as the organization shifts its focus toward building a more reliable core. The coaching staff is watching every movement, every read, and every tackle. There is zero margin for error in this league, and the window for him to prove his worth is closing rapidly. If he wants to remain a Chicago Bear, he must demonstrate an immediate and undeniable turnaround starting right now. The organization is moving forward, and only those who prove they can contribute at a high level will survive the upcoming cuts. It is a defining moment for his career. The intensity at Halas Hall is not limited to the linebacking core, as the offensive line and the running back room are also experiencing major shakeups. Kieran Amegadjie, a 3rd-round selection from 2024, is facing an uphill battle that many thought he would have surpassed by now. After being inactive for the first 2 games of 2025, an unfortunate elbow injury landed him on injured reserve, effectively ending a very disappointing sophomore campaign. His rookie year was equally troubling, as he appeared in only 6 games and managed a meager 39.4 pass blocking grade. He is currently competing for the left tackle job alongside Braxton Jones, Theo Benedette, and Jedrick Wills. The mere fact that the front office felt compelled to bring in Wills speaks volumes about their current lack of faith in Amegadjie's development. He is fighting to keep his job, and at this stage, he would be lucky to secure a depth role heading into the new season. Then we have the running back situation, which is perhaps the most crowded room on the entire roster. With DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monangai sitting comfortably atop the depth chart, there is essentially nothing left for the backups. Roschon Johnson has seen his production steadily decline over the past 2 seasons, even finding himself leapfrogged by Monangai. The front office's decision to keep Britton Brown, who actually outcarried Johnson last year, coupled with the arrival of rookie Coleman Bennett and veteran Salvon Ahmed, signals that the team is clearly looking for upgrades. Johnson's spot is anything but secure in this new-look offense. While his contributions on special teams provide a slight glimmer of hope, it might not be enough to save his position on the final roster. The management is clearly signaling that sentimentality has no place in the building. If you are not producing, you are replaceable. This is the brutal nature of the NFL, and it is on full display as the Bears prepare for the upcoming mandatory minicamp. The competition is not just about showing talent, it is about proving reliability under pressure. Every single player knows that the coaches are evaluating their consistency, their grasp of the playbook, and their overall hunger to win. For players like Hippolyte, Amegadjie, and Johnson, the stakes could not be higher. They are fighting for their livelihood, and the next few weeks will decide their fate. When we analyze the strategic landscape of this roster, it becomes clear that the coaching staff is fostering an environment of extreme meritocracy. By bringing in veteran competition like Salvon Ahmed and Jedrick Wills, the Bears are effectively stripping away the comfort zone that younger, struggling players might have enjoyed. This is a cold, calculated move aimed at driving up the baseline performance of the entire unit. For a player like Hippolyte, the margin for error has effectively vanished. His inability to find a foothold on the defense during his rookie year created a vacuum that others are now eager to fill. The defensive scheme is rigorous, and if he cannot process the speed of the game, he will simply be surpassed by players with higher football IQs. Similarly, the offensive line situation reveals a lack of patience with developmental projects. When you draft someone in the third round, you expect a certain level of return on that investment within 2 years. Amagaji has failed to provide that, and the arrival of Jedrick Wills is a direct indictment of his progress thus far. Strategically, the team is prioritizing depth and proven experience over pure potential. They understand that to compete in this division, every position group must be functional and reliable. If someone is not performing at the level expected of an NFL starter or a high-end rotational piece, the front office is clearly willing to look elsewhere immediately. This approach forces every athlete to treat every single practice session like a game day audition. The future of this roster is currently being shaped in the trenches of these OTAs. Those who can adapt, absorb the scheme, and execute with precision will find themselves on the 53-man roster come September. Those who struggle will inevitably be phased out as the team narrows its focus toward the final selection process. The front office is not playing games. They are building a machine that demands perfection at every turn. The pressure on these players is amplified by the unrelenting gaze of the Chicago media and the passionate, often impatient Bears fan base. Every dropped pass, every missed assignment, and every hesitation is being documented and scrutinized. The fans expect results, especially after the investments made in the draft over the last 3 years. When you see a player like Roshan Johnson, who once showed so much promise, now fighting for the bare minimum of reps against newcomers like Coleman Bennett, it creates a palpable sense of anxiety within the community. We all know that special teams' value can only carry a player so far. Eventually, you have to prove you can perform your primary duty. If these players fail to secure their spots, the consequences will ripple through the entire organization, potentially leading to further shifts in roster construction. The risk of keeping underperforming talent is simply too high, and the risk of cutting a high-round pick is an admission of failure that the staff clearly wants to avoid. However, they seem prepared to bite the bullet if it means winning more games. The tension inside the building is reaching a boiling point as the reality of the 53-man roster limit settles in. We are witnessing the raw, unfiltered process of professional football, where dreams are often cut short by the cold reality of production. Will these athletes rise to the occasion, or will we see new faces take their places when camp breaks? The unpredictability is what makes this sport so incredibly captivating, yet so stressful for us as die-hard fans. Every day brings a new update, and the drama is only just beginning. Stay alert, because the landscape of our team could change at any moment. Bear down, because this season is shaping up to be a true test of our resilience and depth as an organization. We are watching a defining moment for the future of the Chicago Bears, and the path forward is anything but clear for those currently on the bubble. The battle for these roster spots is going to be one of the most exciting aspects of our summer preparation. I want to know your take on these players. Do you believe they can bounce back, or is it time for the front office to move on completely? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and please make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss an update on our team. If you enjoyed this breakdown, give us a like and hit the notification bell. I will be here every step of the way, bringing you the latest news from Halas Hall. Bear down.